風雨裏吹趕，無理分不正中，天空海闊，你與我不會變。
Hi, I'm the MP, Member of Parliament in Nee Soon GRC. Ask me anything. Hi, I'm Carrie. I'm 38 years old this year. My constituents call me Amin, or my friends call me Care Bear, and I'm proudly and oddly PAP.
Oh, in my mind now, last time, PAP candidate very straight-laced, a bit uptight, generally quite boring. Yeah, not really, like, don't have a lot of personality lah. But I have to say that after I got to know my peers a lot better, and also other people in the party, that is not true. Oh, Mr. Shan, Mr. Shan, a very nice person. You know, even though he has a job to do, right? He's Minister of Law and Minister of Home Affairs. Because these are serious ministries and his work is very serious. But in person, he's actually very objective. Of course, his intellect is very sharp. But he's also very gentle. I think he speaks so gently. Sometimes I have to like strain to hear him. Heartbroken a lot of times. Well, now that I'm older and wiser, I would say it's okay to be heartbroken. The more you get heartbroken, the stronger your heart will be. Favorite heckler? This one, most philosophical. Well, it's a kite, meaning, you know, for a kite, some things in life, you have to let go for it to soar further. I need to see the lyrics but can sing a bit lah, but it'll be like that. 今天我風雨裏吹趕，無理分不正中，天空海闊，你與我不會變。Well, it's really tough when you are in a situation like that. But I guess the most important thing, and sometimes the toughest step, is to talk to someone about it. If you're very entrenched in a very disempowered relationship, it's hard for you. But maybe the first baby step is to talk to someone you trust about it. When I refer to the sandwich generation, it's really young couples right now in their maybe 20s to 30s or even up to 40 years old. They have children and at the same time they've got elderly parents. So they've got to think about catering both their time and their financial resources and their mental and emotional bandwidth both ways, right? It's still a huge dilemma. Of course, there's still the gender pay gap. How old are you, Doreen?
I'm 23.
23, okay. So imagine like in a couple of years or a few years, you decide that, oh, you're going to get married. And you tell your mom, I'm going to get married and I found this wonderful guy and we're planning to have kids in 3 years' time, and then he's going to quit his job to look after the kids. I think your mom will be like, huh? Or jaw drop, right? So, so this is what is still the norm these days, that if someone or one half of a couple is going to be the main caregiver at home to rear the kids, typically the norm is still the woman. And I think if a young dad decides that he's going to be a house husband, I do think that he is still going to feel some pressure and face certain views from society that is in pressure lah. So, well, hopefully in the next generation or in the next 10, 15 years, this will no longer be the norm and it will be okay for couples to make their choice about who wants to stay home, who wants to go out to work. Well, I do think that, you know, we are a democracy and it's important for them to communicate and dialogue with each other. I think what's most important is to gain mutual understanding of why I feel the way I do, why I hold this view, and slowly move towards a consensus. I think this is something that's important that we need to have. Personally, I'm not too fond of the word warrior because I think it connotates fighting and people being at odds or going at each other, which I don't think is very constructive. I do think that true change can only be forged when people really begin to understand and are able to accept one another's points of view, and I think fighting or quarreling, it's not very helpful for that. Yeah. I don't want to say that just because someone speaks up very vocally and calls himself a social justice warrior means that they are being polarizing. I don't think that is necessarily the case, but I do think that if we can attempt to be open about our views, be open to people having a different view from us, then it's a more constructive conversation. I think it's important that people are championing for certain things, but when we're pushing those boundaries, it's important to also understand who's at the furthest end of the line and why is it hard for them to catch up to that. Wow, okay, well, there was a lot of overwhelming a sense of expectation. Okay, I also heard this before. I've heard before when people say, issue is the slum of Singapore or something. The issues we encounter, like high-rise littering or like people throw sanitary pad out the window, these things, that actually happens in many different constituencies. It's just that Hua Jie spoke about it in Parliament, so we became, notorious for it. What I found stepping into Nee Soon South and Nee Soon in general is that people are very warm. The kampong spirit is very much alive. So I think whatever the reputation is, we just embrace it lah. I think it's just part of our charm. I've enjoyed the past 2 months, and I'm looking forward to meeting every one of you in due time personally. To the litterbugs out there, if you happen to be watching this video, please stop littering. It's very hard. I mean, it makes the place look uglier, and our cleaners have to work very hard. So, I don't think they'll be watching this.